This is KOOP HD1 HD3 Hornsby, radio for people, not for profit. Welcome to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. Each week, we explore how your library is more than books. The library is knowledge, technology, and inspiration for our community.
Good day, everybody.
Hey.
This is Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. I'm Mike Wheat.
I'm Kanya Lyons.
And we have two awesome guests today. One returning guest. You may remember we've had Patti Fowler in.
Hello.
And so our topics for today, we're going to have Irma Manges-Flores as well as a guest. And we are going to talk about some programs at the Cepeda Branch, traditional healing, as well as some art programs and some youth programs that are going to happen there this summer. And then that'll be the first half of the program. Then we'll have some really awesome poetry clip. And then on the second half of the program, we're going to have Regional Branch Operation Managing Librarian, Patti Fowler. And this will be her second appearance on the radio program. Appearance, because you can see her on the radio. Oh, third. I wasn't here for the first. And we're going to talk about Tech Connect programs, which is part of the Digital Inclusion Week, which is happening right now. We're smack dab in the middle of it, and it goes through Saturday, correct?
It goes through Saturday, yes.
I can feel it.
All right, and so that'll be the second half of the show. But right now, we're going to get off to a running start here with Irma. Hi, Irma.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome to Co-op.
We're really happy to have you on finally.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you've been at the Cepeda Branch how long now?
5 years.
5 years. You've been managing librarian with Austin Public Library for how long?
Oh, I've been with the library 34 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that's a long time.
And I interviewed you once before, but not on the radio. It was for a written article, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you have a really interesting history. So you're from Laredo, is that right?
I am. I'm from Laredo, Texas.
And you, I think you told me about how you were inspired to become a librarian. Would you mind sharing that story with our listeners real quick?
Oh, real quick. I went to a Catholic school, and my English teacher was my librarian at the school, and I love the way she helped us learn and do things and find information, and she was actually my inspiration.
Aww.
It wasn't because she was the only one without a ruler?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It just takes one good librarian or one good teacher to really change a life, I think.
Yeah, she was.
I think all of us have that one librarian that mentored us along.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Well, so how did you end up coming to Austin and working at the Austin Public Library?
I went to, I got my BA here in anthropology in 1974. And
Through UT?
From UT.
Nice.
Anthropology, nice. That's fascinating stuff.
And I have and I came back here after I got married, and I had 2 kids, and I went to library school. And I got my degree in 1983, and I started with Austin Public right after I graduated.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. You're a real treasure for the library.
Yeah.
And so you're the managing librarian over at the Cepeda Branch. So for those people who might not know where that is.
That's on 7th and Pleasant Valley. The address is 651 North Pleasant Valley, and it's the cross street is 7th Street. So we're right in front of, it's really hard to find sometimes because we're right in front of the warehouse. So you'd have to, if you're coming up the street, you make a left and in the driveway that looks like it's just a big warehouse, but we're in the back of that part of the library.
Yeah, and it's right across the street.
From HEB?
Yeah, there's on Pleasant Valley. Well, the HEB is on 7th Street, but Pleasant Valley is the nearby intersection, and Cepeda's right on the other side of Pleasant Valley.
And there's a gate that goes around the property, right? So that can sometimes make it seem like you're not supposed to be going in there, but that's where you're supposed to be.
But that's where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
We want people to go in there.
The gate has its reasons for being there, I guess.
So you do a lot of really cool things over there. One of the ones that really has caught my attention, and I keep wanting to bring you on the show to talk about it, is the traditional healing workshop that you have had multiple times at the branch. Will you tell me a little bit about that?
It's a traditional healing workshop. The person who does the workshop is an Apache healer. Her name is Maricas Alvarado, and she did 2 programs last month, and she's doing one this month on May 12th, this Saturday, on men's health and children's health. And then in June, she's doing one on diabetes. And she just talks about teas and herbs that are helpful to people to keep them healthy. And she brings teas so people can taste. And she's really a really interesting person and is really helpful if you want to do natural healing.
So this is like an informational workshop, more than just people showing up for treatment or anything.
No, informational workshop only. But she is allowed to have people taste her herbs and things like that.
Sure.
So yeah,
Neat.
She's really good, and she's done a program a lot before, and we get maybe 30 or 40 people.
Awesome. And
You're
she's
gonna get 80
bilingual,
now.
right? It's a bilingual program? Am I wrong?
Yes,
Yes, that's what I thought. Okay.
She doesn't speak Spanish, but she's got somebody from Nicaragua, Maria, and she translates for people who, and she does ventosas and things like that. So we have both English and in Spanish.
That's the
wonderful.
deal.
So are some of the same people coming back
Yeah, every
program
week.
after program? Oh, that's great.
We had a couple of people come in from Houston.
Wow.
Because they heard their friends from Austin told them about it. So they showed up to they were from the Dominican Republic, and they thought that was interesting, so they came in 2 Saturdays ago.
Oh, that's killer. That's amazing.
Pardon my ignorance, but is she considered a shaman?
Curandera, more or less. A
Okay.
healer.
A healer.
Yeah.
Well, I need to get off my bottom and go over and check out that program. I've been curious about it for a long time, and so I may. I guess Saturday is my next
1 to
opportunity.
3.
1 to 2:30.
1 to 3.
Or 1 to 3. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Well, so you guys also do a lot of other cool programs that keep catching my attention. You want to talk a little bit about some of the art programs you've got coming up for the summer?
We've got a marbling program in June, and we have Elena Eidelberg. She's going to teach people how to do marbling with paper, or you can bring your T-shirt and you can do tie-dye T-shirts, or she's thinking maybe light wood, and you can do something like that with it. So she's going to be doing that June 23rd from 10 to 12.
I think that process involves some water, some dipping. So
Yeah, it's
don't
mostly
wear your
outside.
best dressed clothing, maybe.
Yeah, it's outside, and I hope it's not too hot.
But it's an amazing process. It's really cool to see how those intricate little designs come out of.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Delicate touch.
She did it last year, and it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of people interested in it.
Sounds like fun. Anytime you're getting messy, it's usually fun.
Yeah. and then we have a watercoloring program in July. One of the staff is going to teach watercoloring just for funds, relaxation. And then Elena's coming back in August to teach how to make whistles in ceramics.
Oh,
cool.
ceramic.
Yeah, so that would be kind of fun too.
Is she going to have them fired, or are they going to be? Oh,
Yeah, we
neat.
usually have whatever we do with clay, we take it and have it fired, and so it's actually pretty nice. You get to take something home.
Neat. So, and all of this stuff is open to the public,
It's
right?
open to the public, and you're welcome to come.
And there's some details about all of these programs on the library's website, and that's at library.austintexas.gov/events.
And if you're just joining us, this is Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. Show details are at library.austintexas.gov/volumes. We're on KOOP 91.7 FM and streaming on koop.org.
Yeah, and our guest today is Irma Manges-Flores, and we're talking about the Cepeda Branch and some of the amazing programs that they have over there. And we're getting down to sort of the last bit of this portion of the segment. So I wanted to ask you one more question. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the children's programs because the programs we just talked about are geared towards adults. But you have some stuff coming up for the kiddos and the families, right?
Yeah, we have Art Smart coming up in actually next Wednesday. We're having Dia los Niños program with Ambre, and she's going to be doing a Children Around the World program in the morning from 10:15, and then in the evening about 6 o'clock she's doing one of an Asian dragons for the kids.
I've heard that her dragon program is pretty cool.
Yeah, so she's going to be doing both of those. And this Saturday for Tech Connect, we're providing a sound studio, free software to turn computer keyboard into an audio mixer, how to create sounds and beats for kids 8 and up. Ooh. This Saturday from 10 to 12.
That sounds cool.
That's awesome. And that's a good segue into the next part of our
Yeah,
program.
one of our staff is teaching that.
Oh, neat. Wow. Yeah, I love that. There's been in the last handful of years, that's been a thing where people they hack old electronics and turn them into instruments. I think that's really interesting. Neat. And that's you said
This Saturday.
This Saturday. At what time?
10 to 12.
10 to 12 at the Cepeda Branch.
At kids 8 and up.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
They're going to make some music machines.
Yeah. Well, we're just at the end of our interview.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk to us about what you got going on over there at Cepeda.
Okay, thank you for the invitation, and I hope to talk to you all soon.
And hopefully we'll have you back on again.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you.
And then, like you said, nice segue, because we have Managing Librarian Patti Fowler here to talk about Tech Connect programs happening at the library this week.
That's right.
But before we do get to that, we need to listen to a little clip. Christina Madaxi,
Madasi, I think.
I apologize, Christina, reads a couple of poems as part of the Oral Literature Monthly series featuring the Chicon Street Poets. And then after that poem, our librarians will tell you all about the events that are happening at the Austin Public Library System this week, different locations throughout the city.
One of my prior careers was as an antique furniture restorer when I lived in New England. And it's the first job that I had when I moved to Austin as well. And I often find myself drawing from that time when I used to work with my hands. I'm now both a graphic designer and a writer, and marketing writer, copywriter, feature writer. But I miss that time of working with my hands and with my fingers. But it's useful imagery. This is called the restoration. In the space between veneer and solid wood, the glue sometimes gives. Separation occurs. It's usually from time and wear, but sometimes from neglect, dry air, or overuse. It takes the right tool, a honed chisel, to pry it loose, to scrape away the desiccated scale of glue, a steady hand, a clamp, and patience to finish the repair. And while the craftsman will always see the alteration, the difference in light and hue, evidence of his skill, his imperfections, the restoration will go unnoticed, so long as surface and structure hold. And it's a thinly veiled poem about love. And it's a new subject for me. The last time I read with Amy, she said, and she had just published her book, Love Junkie, which is tremendous. Please pick it up. If you don't already have it. I said, I don't really write about love. I don't know that I have anything about love. And of late, I seem to be treading over the theme a lot. So I'll read one or two more. Also entitled, Too New. We're meant to love innovation, the constant digital wave. But give me a letter, handwritten, stamped, and mailed, or an illustration drawn in pen, perfect in its imperfection. I'd like to know your mind translated through ink and lead. Instead, we could try the telephone in lieu of clipped communication, intent abridged by screen, by schedule, the absence of tone. At least there I'd learn your voice. Better yet, I'll take you face to face, to study the upward track of surprise, the fall of disappointment across the corners of your mouth, the edges of your eyes. I think I'd learn to love you, friend. There's risk, I know. We might change our minds about each other, but I'd forgo certainty in favor of bone and blood and skin.
Hey there, Austin. Teen Program Specialist Michael Harley from the Downtown Central Library here. Tech Connect is a week of programs aimed at introducing people of all ages and walks of life to new digital technology and skills. The library is celebrating Tech Connect Week with a stop-motion animation program at the Central Library on Saturday, May 12th at 1:30 p.m. Making movies is a big task, but the library makes it easy with laptops, cameras, Legos, and more. Teens can experience a microcosm of the whole movie-making process, from storyboarding and set building to filming and editing. This program is just for teens ages 13 to 18. More details on the Tech Connect stop-motion animation program and additional programs can be found at library.austintexas.gov/events.
This is Monica Lozano, Youth Services Librarian at the Ruiz Library. This week, I get to highlight some of our children's programming. Tech Connect, digital drawing for kids. This event is from May 7th through the 12th. It is recommended for ages 6 to 10. Bring your iPad and join UT art student Courtney Hugh in drawing your favorite animal on an iPad. A limited number of iPads will be available for the program as well. Tech Connect is a week of programs aimed at introducing people of all ages and walks of life to new digital technology and skills. This particular event is on Saturday, May 12th at 11 a.m. at the Pleasant Hill Branch. Art Smart, Dia de los Niños around the world. Come dance, sing, and craft with us as we learn about how children play in different countries and all around the world. While you're here, check out our great selection of kids' craft books and world music. Recommended for ages 5 and older. Wednesday, May 16th at 10:15 at the Cepeda Branch. For more information, please go to library.austintexas.gov.
Hey there, listeners. This is Kanya with the Austin Public Library, and this is Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. And I would like to introduce a new member of our radio program, Steve Melson.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Steve Melson is here as an apprentice. Lots of folks can get involved with co-op. There's all kinds of ways to volunteer and apprentice and learn the art and craft of radio. And that's what he's doing. And he's about to read an announcement.
All right. Support comes from Austin Community College, congratulating all of ACC's 2018 graduates and opening doors to higher education since 1973. More about ACC's mission, programs, and degrees at austincc.edu.
You're listening to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show on Co-op 91.7 FM and KOOP.org. Radio for people, not for profit.
And now, an important announcement.
On Friday, May 11th from 2:30 to 5 p.m., Co-op Radio will once again play host to the We Are Blood Bloodmobile in our station's parking lot.
Blood, the highly complex fluid which is the lifeline of the body.
And this year, we are looking for 20 brave bodies to lend an arm and donate some of their blood.
Let's do this!
To sign up or for more information, please email us at blood@koop.org. The Co-op Blood Drive.
You are welcome to join us.
Awesome. Welcome back. Before the announcements, we listened to Christina Medaxi, maybe, reading her poems as part of the Oral Literature Monthly series featuring the Chicon Street Poets. The Oral Literature Poetry program takes place at the Terrazas Branch on the last Wednesday of every month at 7:30 p.m. And now, let's get back to our second guest, Patti Fowler. Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Numero tres. And we're here to talk about digital inclusion.
Yes, we are.
Well, include me on your digital inclusion topic.
Okay, so this idea goes back in Austin several years. Austin is a very tech city. But what we have found is that even though we have a higher than average internet usage in the city, more people than not have smartphones or tablets. The reality is we're still a very technology divided city. So a lot of folks don't have access or the resources or the skill. So the city is committed, as of 2014, of making sure that every Austin resident has the knowledge and the skill and doing all we can to provide access. And this committee, very large committee, is called DECA, Digital Empowerment Community of Austin. And this year is our first year at Austin Public to celebrate it as a system. Every day this week, one of our locations is doing at least one program, maybe 2 or 3. And so we're very excited about that. And we are calling it Tech Connect.
That's actually really great.
Yeah, and Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this program because it's such an important thing for especially young folks, and folks of all ages really, to have
Absolutely.
the ability to try out new types of technology, learn new skills.
The technology changes lately have been exponential. I mean, over the few years, things have grown so fast. And if
absolutely.
you're one of the fortunate to have the devices or for the devices, you've been able to keep up. But I mean, if you just came out of, I don't know, incarceration or from another place that didn't have them.
Well, absolutely. And, we can do so many things with technology now. We can book a flight.
And as we're all moving forward with it, we
Apply
can't forget
for a
about the people who don't have that
Apply
access.
for a job, absolutely.
All kinds of things you got to do online nowadays.
Absolutely. And even having the access, like, for example, what about all these photos that we have on our smartphones and our tablets? What do we do with those? How do we organize them?
Right.
So,
well, and even getting a driver's license. I mean, just about anything you go to do nowadays.
Everything.
You
Filing
need
your tax returns.
all that stuff.
All that. So we're committed to improving.
Enjoying
So
audiobooks.
we're kind of like a
Yes.
bridge helping people
Yeah,
get to the other
exactly.
side of that digital divide.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
one of the can you talk a little bit about some of the different types of programs that y'all are offering?
Absolutely.
Like the categories?
Absolutely. So we're going to be having programs for children, teens, tweens, adults, and seniors. Some examples of our programs is one called Hacking Your Homework, which will be at the Cepeda Branch on May 10th, which is tomorrow. This will give teens and tweens insights in how to complete their homework better. A really fun program we're looking forward to for children actually starts, there's one at Carver on Friday afternoon and Pleasant Hill Saturday morning. It's called Digital Drawing for Children.
Oh.
And it'll be using an iPad for kids ages 8 and under in drawing animals. So we're excited about that. You mentioned the stop motion animation workshop, which will include pre-production, shooting, film editing, storyboarding. That's going to be at Central. Tech Time. We've been doing Tech Time for quite a while now, where we show customers how to access our virtual library, our databases, our audiobooks, Hoopla, Overdrive, ebooks. So you've got this new Kindle or this new iPad or whatever. How do you access the virtual library and actually download books on it? So we have several of those going on. One is called Instagram in Your Pocket for Seniors. It'll be teaching seniors how to utilize Instagram. A couple of Python coding classes that we're excited about. I'm not that tech savvy, but it's Python is a coding kind of sort of semi-elaborate coding program that I'm told a lot of people are very excited about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that myself. It's a language or
Parents of teenagers are probably like waiting to hear the how do
sure.
parents navigate Snapchat.
I'm sure.
I would love a class on that.
Oh, absolutely. Coding with color using Ozobots, these little tiny robots. So, yeah.
Physical
yeah.
little robots.
Physical
that they
little
get to code
little
how
robots.
it moves and how it colors.
All that.
That sounds great. All that in a bag of crayons.
Absolutely. Sell It Online is one that will be at the St. John branch, learning how to put things online and sell.
Do they learn how to brand
my list
themselves
too.
and all of that as well?
I know eBay is included. I'm not sure just exactly what all, but
Gosh,
Really
I want to do
great
that class. That's
programs.
awesome.
I mean,
it is.
yeah.
It is.
This is perfect for the little budding entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. And on Monday, we showed a film called, this was at the Terrazas branch, called Craigslist Joe. And it was about a man who utilized using Craigslist for several months out of the year. So that was pretty interesting.
For his living?
For his living.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Just flipping items.
Just flipping items.
It's like the old story of the guy with the paperclip and ended up buying a house. I don't know if that was a
Searching
myth.
for jobs on the internet also.
That's a great one.
We're going to be having several of those. And exploring the Austin History Center's digital photo collections is one. So we've tried to introduce a variety of programs for all ages.
Yeah.
I think we've done that.
Well, for years we've spent lots of time offering great services and whatnot on the website. It's good that we are now making sure people know how to find it.
Several programs on using Excel, Word, how to create a document, how to save a document, email. A lot of folks don't know how to create an email yet.
That's true.
So we've got some programs on that also.
And this Tech Connect Week is not really happening in a void. I mean, the library is doing this type of work throughout the year. We have all kinds of programs, maybe not all clustered together like this. This is a real celebration week.
Well, and this is a week all over the country. This is Digital Inclusion Week all over the country. So we are just one library that is celebrating digital inclusion this week. Others all across the country are too celebrating it. But yes, we do this all the time, and we are hoping to do more and more of it. In fact, we now have two locations, the New Central and the Millwood location, where we have laptop and tablet kiosks. So folks can come in and actually check out a laptop or a tablet and use it in the library.
Yeah, you don't get to take it home, but you get to use it.
That's right.
And the Central Library has the same thing.
They
so
do.
That's 3 locations, and we're going to expand that throughout the city eventually, little by little.
Yeah, it's good private access.
Absolutely. I'm just looking down my list here. Personal digital archiving. What to do with all those photos.
All them selfies.
All those
Goodness.
selfies. That's right. Using your handheld device. All of the things that you can do.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is wonderful because it's one of those cases of people who are out of sight, out of mind.
Well, and we forget that the internet can change everything. It can change our work, our health, so many access to so many resources. So it's just important that we reach out to our community and help them learn to do what it is they need to do and that they want to do.
Yeah, have you tried to
device.
help a 5-year-old operate a tape deck? It's pretty weird that they don't know how.
They wouldn't know what that is.
You have to use this thing to get what?
We have a
8
phrase
songs
now.
on it?
It's called "There's an app for that." And Tech Connect Week is going to help people figure out which app. No, but it is going to help introduce people to new types of technology, new skills. Again, for all ages,
Right.
and all different types of interests. Whether you want to learn Python coding or how to download a book.
Yeah, whatever your level is.
That's right. How to create a resume, how to look for a job, all of those things.
Yeah, I mean, when something like this goes on, it's intimidating, so it's nice to have an access.
Well, we are totally out of time, but it's been so great talking to
Thank you so
today.
much for having us. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it. A lot of fun going on at the library.
Yeah. Thanks a lot both to Patti and to Irma for joining us here in the studio. And we want to thank Steve for joining us as an apprentice. And we want to thank our regular volunteer, Federico, who's been with us for a year now, keeping us on time. Thanks, everyone. And the details about the Tech Connect programs, as well as the programs at the Cepeda Branch, can be found at library.austintexas.gov/events. See y'all next week, or hear you next week. Thanks for listening to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. Special thanks to our producer, DJ Harris, and to the musicians who composed and performed our original theme song, Andrew Noble on violin, Kirk Duvall on guitar, and Mike Wheat on percussion. And thanks to you, our listeners. Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show, airs Wednesday afternoons at 2:30 on Co-op 91.7 FM and koop.org. If you catch us mid-show, full episodes and other details can be found at library.austintexas.gov/volumes.